2010, I started 6.5 years in prison. All you feel is the hate of the world. And it's like God walked into my room through vision. You would be lying there in bed and you would put the headphones on. I describe it, it's like when you're in a cell, you feel alone. And vision was like a bridge that the Holy Spirit could walk across and come into my cell and sit with me.
This week, I'm calling up listeners, finding out their stories. So a little bit more of what I'm usually doing, but it's great. And now this is unbelievable. I just wanted to share this real quick. I called up last Vision-a-thon. Afterwards, we call up and thank people for their donations. Mm-hmm. And I got to spoke to a guy named John who told me a little bit of his story and having been in prison. So now all of a sudden this week I'm assigned names to, randomly I'm assigned names and I get John again.
Oh, really?
What are the odds of that? Cool. The Lord worked it all out. And I'm like, I'm calling and I'm like, oh, hey, is this John? John, oh, I know you.
Oh, wow.
And so we kind of got reacquainted.
Old friends,
old buddy. And now he has a powerful, powerful story about the time when he was in prison.
2010, I started 6.5 years in prison. So at 2 a.m. in the morning, sometimes you are lying there and all you feel is the hate of the world. And it's like God walked into my room through vision. You would be lying there in bed and you would put the headphones on. There are tears. You're learning to cry silently in a cell because you wake your cellmate up. So you just learn to cry silently. And sometimes vision was the only thing that would give me a kind voice, because there are so many unkind voices when you're in prison. And it was so unjudgmental. You would just listen, and then you would hear a word that often was so important right at that time, where you were trying to deal with the hate of somebody or the forgiveness of somebody or your court cases coming up, and a word would come across and it would just lift you and you go, I can face another day. They were the things where vision was. I describe it, it's like when you're in a cell, you feel alone. And vision was like a bridge that the Holy Spirit could walk across and come into my cell and sit with me. And that's what people are supporting. When they're putting to support that radio station, they're saving men's lives.
I just want to repeat one of those lines. You said there, vision was like a bridge that the Holy Spirit used to visit him in prison.
Wow.
How powerful is that?
Yeah, it's so good. And we hear story after story of people who've been locked up, who have been isolated, doing it tough, and then they come across the word for today from a chaplain, or they find us on the radio and they find hope. They find love. And that's part of our vision here. We want to reach more people in prisons, more people who are doing it tough, and we want to reach more Aussies with the gospel. Are you passionate about this like we are? Do you want to reach more Johns?
Yeah.
I actually thought you could actually write a couple of books about that, because you called him once and then you called him a second time. You could write a couple of books, call them 1 John and 2 John,
That's an idea.
Yeah.
I think it's been done before.
Yeah, maybe. But no, seriously, we want to reach more Johns around Australia, more people who are needing that bridge of the gospel. Are you passionate about reaching more people like John? We are. That's why we're doing this. We only do this twice a year. We pause for a little bit of time and we say, look, we're going to hold our regular programming and we're going to ask you to join us in the journey to reach Aussies with the gospel. Ask the Lord for the right amount to make a donation and then pick up that phone. Make your donation. Call 1-800-316-316. You can click donate in the Vision Christian Media app or go to vision.org.au.